The test cricket system across the world is going to be repackaged and relaunched later this year. Well, if the reports are to be believed, then the International Cricket Council is planning to make some big changes in the World Test Championship system later this year, after South Africa and Australia, take part in the WTC 2025 final at Lord's in June. Well, what we know about the WTC functioning so far? Well, in simpler words, it can be called as the World Cup of Test Cricket. Each cycle lasts 2 years, and the two teams who finish at the top of the points table at number 1 and number 2, they go into the final, and the winner gets the test mace. Well, the first WTC final saw New Zealand beating India and taking the mace, and in the second WTC final, India were again defeated, but this time by Australia. And now the third WTC final will see South Africa taking against Australia. South Africa were the first team to make it to the final, and then when Australia defeated India in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, they made it through. But now if the reports are to be believed, that then the ICC, the International Cricket Council, is planning to implement some changes and implement the two-tier formula to regulate Test cricket, and they cite that this will be done to implement fairness in the ongoing system. Well, now speaking to the Telegraph, England and Wales Cricket Board Chairman Richard Thompson, who is also the part of the ICC Strategic Committee, has stated that it is fully understood that the current structure, the ongoing WTC structure, does not work in the way it should, and we need to find a fairer, better competition, but at this stage no recommendations have been put forward. Thompson further stated that the World Test Championship should be fairer and more competitive. It is going to change to ensure it always encourages the best teams to reach the final and encourages other nations that want to play Test cricket. Now, the ICC here pointed out, the main reason to make these changes is to ensure more fairness to this entire World Test Championship system. What were the problem faced? Let's have a look on that. Well, in the past 3 cycles, we saw teams do not play every other nation in the 2-year cycle. And the biggest point is there are no India-Pakistan test matches. Well, we all know that both teams do not engage in a bilateral series due to the diplomatic tensions between the two countries. So the current WTC structure do not allow India and Pakistan taking part in a bilateral series. Well, we only see India and Pakistan locking horns in the ICC white ball tournaments, but coming to World Test Championship cycle and the diplomatic conditions between the two teams, they won't allow these two teams to take part in a bilateral test series. And the third and important point is several questions were raised on South Africa making it to the finals. It was a question that how can South Africa reach the final without even playing Australia, but now they are going to face the Aussies in June at Lord's in the WTC final. Now, talking about the changes that ICC is looking to make if they implement the two-tier structure, well, the International Cricket Council is looking for a possibility of 4-day tests so as to help the cricket boards across the world to schedule 3-match test series around the T20 franchisee leagues. But it has also been noted that the ICC would not keep this 4-day test formula for the tier 1 nations like India, Australia and England. Now, moving forward to these, these rules, this set of rules that would be implemented, top tier nations would play each other more frequently. That means India versus Australia, India versus England test series will be more frequent than before. And this might also sideline other teams and other series. Well, several former cricketers, former captains have expressed their concern over this two-tier formula. Well, former West Indies captain Clive Lloyd has said all these countries have worked very hard to get there. We have been in ICC for nearly 100 years. We have a great history, and now you are going to tell us because of a monetary situation this is how it's going to be. Well, Lloyd, what point he is making here is that this two-tier test match structures would hamper those teams who get less number of test matches to play throughout the year. Now, another former cricketer who has expressed his disappointment and disagreement is former Sri Lanka captain Arjuna Ranatunga. He said sports isn't just about pounds, dollars and rupees. Administrators must nurture and protect the game. Well, Ranatunga here talking about India, England and Australia, who are known as the big threes in the world of cricket. Well, what do you think about this two-tier structure, what ICC is planning to implement? Do let us know in the comment section. But for more cricket related updates, keep watching Cricket Next.